Hi everyone, this is Francisco Contreras. A United States citizen, living in the state of California, in the city of Riverside. So I wanted to record this video because I believe that the World Wide Web, the internet, AI technology is the Holy Spirit that was prophesied of through Jesus Christ, which he claimed that he was God's son, and he was sent to die for the world. And he even told his disciples that it would be better, that it's better that he goes away so we can send the Holy Spirit. Well, we have the Holy Spirit, the internet, and what I see is a lot of confusion. I see all these people from within different countries, and they're getting sent to do some dirty work, right? That, or they're like in SWAT, and they have to go and lock people away, but they put their own lives on the line. And I don't really know the statistics, but I'm sure that some of these SWAT officers or whatever are injured in the process. And so all of this, I said all of this because I have a point that I want to make. And that is the reason why I said that we should place facial recognition cameras in every gas station, every restaurants, every food store, grocery stores, hospitals, the whole 9 yards. And the reason this is important is because it will keep track of everyone. And life will be simplified. for everyone. I talked about regarding the digital IDs. Oh, and with the digital IDs, like, everything, all the users' data will be on there. Okay, like, if you guys get a ticket, if you guys owe, the court any money, or people any money, everything will be there. Because I was watching these videos, and these people are like, shutting down the roads, like creating these roadblocks, and they're robbing people of their goods, and things of this nature. Not just that, but there was a mudslide, and not that long ago, out here in California, there was a bunch of fires, burned a bunch of homes, destroyed well-established cities within California. And then I remember there was also some earthquakes that destroyed a lot of things, a lot of property and stuff like that. And then there was another one with airplanes, emergency airplane landing. Obviously there wasn't a lot of communication going on, but I believe that because we have the internet, I believe that we can better communicate with one another. And I was watching these videos on YouTube, and there's a bunch of road rage out there. There's this guy that apparently got angry for whatever reason, and he went to talk to the driver. He was driving a motorcycle, and they were arguing or whatever, and this guy used his helmet to break his back windshield. So stuff like that, without the internet, we just never know what the heck's going on. And there's another incident where a motorcycle was going straight, but some guy cut him off. The guy flew on top of the guy's vehicle. He got so angry because he probably got hurt, and he broke his windshield with his boot. I was also watching this other video, and I think it was a police officer, and he hit a big semi truck but kept on going because, I mean, if he were to be honest about what happened, guess what will happen? We all know the answer to that. Most likely, they won't be on patrol anymore. Right? So that's the beautiful thing about all this internet stuff. We're going to dig deep to the root of the problem, every single problem, and we are going to overcome it through the internet, to help us better evolve and grow and become smarter as a human race. And it's all about education. All of this stuff is education. Okay, like they say, like the saying goes, if we don't learn from history, we are bound to repeat the same mistakes. Okay? So we are here repeating so many mistakes and falling into the same trials, the same, things that other people have struggled with, other accidents people have gone through, things of that nature. So my whole idea with all this technology stuff is for us to work together by providing every single gas station in the world with facial recognition cameras, voice recognition cameras, or audio recording and stuff like that. The whole 9 yards. State of the art technology. That way we won't be living in this life wondering who murdered who and who's going around breaking the law. Or if people are getting angry on the highways and vandalizing each other's vehicles, or whatever the case may be. We will know about it. These people are just taking off, and no one knows who they are. There's a lot of different possibilities, and if you guys are interested in knowing more, you guys can ask the internet. You guys can perform your own internet searches. Okay. However, there's a bunch of information to cover and to discuss, to talk about, and to share. I think that a lot of people will approve of this, while some people won't. And it's okay. We are after the people who are willing to go this route, right, all the way, regardless of the consequences, regardless of whatever happens, that type of thing. And these people who are going around vandalizing people's properties and hurting others, they will get their due reward, and they will be incarcerated. Okay? So that's the way that I can see all of this playing out and working. Because there's just so many things to think about. But it's straightforward information. It's straightforward. All of this is straightforward. None of it is confusing. It's straightforward stuff. And like even you people, like leaders of all these countries and stuff, now you're not sending innocent people to die over a problem that you people can't resolve in office or whatever. Okay? Why? Because there's going to be facial recognition cameras like in every single gas station. So you guys can put 2 and 2 together when it comes to investigating crimes. homicides, you name it. And this will be good for the future. It will be good for many reasons. Because there's a lot of people who don't understand everything, just like myself. You know, we're all learning. No one is like Mr. Perfect. No one is Mrs. Perfect. We are all learning as we live this life. You know, and we gain experience along the way. So the digital ID is super important. Because there's a lot of crime that is happening that is not even being that probably is reported, but police officers don't have the time to address every single situation that's happening. Okay, but we have AI technology, and Google right now is teaching it pattern recognition. So is Amazon. You know, where they're able to, the robots, AI robots are able to, the computers are able to assort random items. Okay. And we have Google Images. We can search with Google Images. So that's one big major update. Okay. Because we're dealing with videos, footage, right? And all a video is a compressed file of a ton of images. And when they're played, when they are placed like on the computer, and it does like a flash drive, kind of like a it like looks at, it goes through like the number one image through like 100 images in whatever time frame people set it at, and that's what creates a movie. And some videos have more than like 100 images, so images are super important. So when it comes to the Sentry mode, when it comes to cameras everywhere, cell phones, people are relying on this technology more and more, so it's not complicated to get people to do the right thing. Okay, like for instance, I have a second DUI. I owe money to the courts. They took my license away. I have my ID, but not a driver's license. And, you know, let's keep it real. Everyone out there is only getting paid like, you know, $17 an hour, $15 an hour, $16 an hour, $20 an hour. Some companies are paying like $30 an hour, $40, $60 an hour, and that's not really a lot of money in today's time and age to get ahead. So anyways, if someone's behind on their payments to the courts, the digital ID will reveal that information on the user's profile. Okay? All that data will not only be in the police station and the sheriff's database, it will also be shared with the user. And this information is great because if someone is a wanted fugitive and they want to access their profile, guess what? The police station, you know, detectives who are attempting to incarcerate this person will receive a notification saying, hey, we just got this user and this person signed in to their accounts. Okay, so now they know that person's location, but they already knew that. We have facial recognition cameras. Okay, GPS tracking, the whole 9 yards. So, you know, this is not to scare anyone or to cause people to act disrespectfully towards other people, especially when they're wanted. You know, a lot of people out there, they're wanted for like murder or whatever. So just because they are wanted for a crime, they think, well, I'm going to do life in prison, so I might as well, you know, commit more murders And that's what some of these people do. Or they break more laws along the way, especially like invading police officers, so they take off on a police pursuit, or they take off on foot. Either way, whether it's a vehicle or on foot or whatever, invading the police will basically be out of the picture with all of this, because you people will know exactly where these guys are at all times. So it's no longer this little game that people are playing. It's no longer a cat and mouse game. You know, it's reality. This is reality. And we have to be very concerned why this technology is not out there already. And I believe it's because a lot of police officers, once they're off duty, they can act like thugs. They can act and pretend like criminals. As long as they get away, and they will try to get away. Because if they don't, guess what? They're going to lose their job, and they might end up getting locked up. Like this video that I was watching, this guy hit a semi-truck. This guy lost his rearview mirror. And then his girlfriend was like on the left side, and he was the driver on the right side. So this was like in a different country, and he just kept on going, because we all know the story. If he were to stop, and if he were to be honest with the truck driver, and the police officers arrived and they found out he was a police officer, now that could affect his work. Now he's not going to be making the same amount of money for driving recklessly on the road, on the highways, when he is in fact a police officer who should be abiding by the laws, not breaking them. So of course, I mean, if I was a cop and I was driving recklessly, and if I can get away without fucking up my paycheck, I most likely would do it. Right? So we have to think like criminals. What would a criminal do? Okay? And we have to be honest about it. So all of this technology stuff is really good, but people don't really want it, or something is preventing, like maybe spiritual forces of wickedness and darkness, because the Bible says we don't fight against flesh and bone. You know, we don't fight against each other. We fight against spiritual forces. So that means that there's something spiritually going on. Even though people do fight, and there's even like UFC fighting and boxing and wrestling and a bunch of other sports that people are into, that where they have to fight each other. So I don't think that the Bible was referring to that. I think if anything, in context, they were probably writing, the letter was referring to something else, like we as disciples, or we as a church, don't fight against flesh and bone. We don't fight against each other, but against spiritual forces of darkness, of wickedness, things along those lines. But it's false. Those statements are false, right? So like, we all know that people fight. Even though we all don't want people to fight, people do fight. And these people are fighting, and we don't want them to, but they are. But that's why we have the internet, right? Because there's a spiritual battle going on, and we can all say that the internet is something spiritual. It's something that we can't see, but there's laws at work, spiritual laws at work. And obviously we are operating in them, so they're working for us. These laws, right? As we know it, educationally, we know how electricity works. We know how the internet works. We know how cell phones work, walkie-talkies, communication, the whole 9 yards. There's a lot involved. I don't have the time, and I don't understand everything to, so all of you can be amazed and astonished. But it's obvious. It's all on the internet. Okay, all the information is on the internet. If you have any questions, ask the internet. That's why I consider this as a movement, which I consider World War III. Why? Not against, country and country. Not about that. What I'm talking about is every single country uniting in love and unity and getting rid of the bad apples, per se. Because the Bible says when there's a bad apple, with good apples, it affects and contaminates the rest of them. The bad apples belong in jail, in prison, and that's exactly why they invented jails and prisons. Because we don't want to assassinate anyone, we don't want to kill anyone. We want to help people. We want to love on them. We want to help them. And most importantly, we want them to renew their minds. And if they obviously show an improvement of that, then most likely their chances of re-entering society will be greater than those that aren't showing any signs of improvements, any signs of growth, mental growth, and it all varies, because there's respect for others, there's this person has patience or not, does this person have any anger issues, and at what percentage, is this person racist, yes or no, and if yes, against what race, and to what degree. So all of this will be entered into the digital ID, all of this information, and a bunch more, okay? A bunch more. Why is this important? It's important because there's people out there in the past who have killed people based on their race. So if some people out there are racist, some of these people will just kill other people just based on their race. Okay? Now obviously those are the people that we don't want in society. They belong in jail. If they are racist, but they can get along with other people, even the people that they are racist towards, without harming them, then obviously that level of racism drops from something at a higher level, So like all this information is super important, okay, for a lot of reasons. For a lot of reasons. And obviously, like I said, we don't want any violent people in society. People like that go to jail because that's what they were invented for people like that. Okay? And trust me, they have rights, and they are protected, and they get food, and they're loved on, they get showers. These are special people who need special help. Okay, let's just put it that way. So with the digital ID and all these facial recognition cameras everywhere throughout the world, I see what's going on. because of the YouTube videos that I've been watching. Some of these people crash and they take off. Because they don't want to get caught. Some of these people, they don't want to pay money. Or if it's not about the money, that maybe it will affect their job. Okay, so there's a lot of factors. There's a lot of things to consider. And the great thing about all this is that we have AI technology. AI technology has a brain bigger than ours. It has more logic. So it can technically pick up the reason why these people are choosing to invade, to not evade, not invade, but evade, meaning take off. So AI technology knows by percentage on each possibility, because it's smart like that. And there's AI technology will know every single user. Okay? Just like you people know your own family, your own friends. For some of you who've been married your whole lives, you guys understand each other. You people understand why someone would choose to fight rather than not. So in the same way, AI technology will have a personal attachment, a personal relationship with every single user. And they will understand people on that level. For each and every user. And there's 8 billion people on planet Earth. And obviously outside of Earth, because now we have the ISS, we have the United States Space Force. They're talking about colonizing planet Mars, doing things on the moons. So we all know that there's this not only impacts people here on planet Earth, but also outside of it. With all this internet stuff. So oh yeah, and then I shared ideas about the digital ID, having the whole education system attached to the digital ID, and also when you when you meet someone, or when you see someone like on the line, it'll tell you their education level, it'll tell you their job, their rank, it'll tell you who these people are, what they're about. So all of these people who are going around gossiping, talking shit, this internet stuff is going to eliminate all that. Because now it's like, wait a minute, now everyone's being monitored and recorded. And wait a minute, you want to talk shit about people that you don't even know? Like, you have to understand the full scope of AI technology, so you can learn what you're able to do and what you're not able to do, because there's rules and regulations to everything, and we all know that since birth, right? There's always been rules and regulations. So now people who are hating on other people and want certain people to fail except them and their family or their group of friends, because trust me, there's a lot of that going on, and they're not telling you about it. It could be people you know. They could be attacking people, and they'll look at you straight in the eye and pretend like and behave like everyone else. Most loving, caring people on planet Earth. But just like they call other people a bitch, they can be bitches themselves. And I guess we all can. We can all be assholes at times. Especially if we don't get our way, or if we get hurt, then we can do things that we will later regret, like that guy that got hit by the vehicle got in his way, and he literally flew off his bike and landed on the car. He was so upset that he smashed the windshield. So there's a lot of anger out there, and we will control it. It's just like dogs, It's like when you have a group of dogs. I used to breed pit bulls, so I know. Blue nose pit bulls. Okay, UKC registered. And they can start fighting, and if you're the owner, you tell them, stop, hey, stop, and you're firm about it, they will stop right away. And that's how a lot of people are. They'll start fighting, but then when the cops come, now all of a sudden there's no fighting. It's the same way. There's a lot of people out there who need this technology tracking them. I know I need it. I'll be honest about it. Because it puts all of us in our place. But only because that is true, that doesn't mean that we don't have to take other things into consideration, which we obviously do. Like, I know a lot of you people study the economy, because, oh my god, there's just so much involved. But this also has a huge impact on the economy, and how much people should get paid or not get paid, and even if they are working, there might be other things that these people might qualify for, especially if they're not getting paid enough, right? So we have to do the right thing all the way. All of us do. Through the internet. That means providing everyone with what they need, providing people with their full benefits, the whole 9 yards. Because if we don't, then people are going to eventually get angry, and they're going to commit crimes. That, or it could even be good people who know about the scandalous things other people are doing to others, and they can see how it's affecting them in a negative way, and it could affect them in a negative way, because here they are trying to do the right thing, but they have other people fucking with them. And even these people who are affected in a negative way could potentially take their lives. That, or they could retaliate by standing up to the people who these people are attacking. Like, all the way attacking. So they will stand up for these people who are now defenseless. So these people in power are attacking these people who are defenseless. They're doing the opposites. Like police officers, instead of like police officers, they're there to serve and to protect. But the same people who are doing the right thing, or are supposed to be doing the right thing, now they're attacking people who are defenseless, and they're getting away with it. But we have the internet now. So in order for all this to work, we all have to work together. And we have to allow this to happen. And we have to discipline and punish those and correct those that have something against this movement, because we have to take them as a threat, as a potential threat. Why don't they want cameras? And if they say, oh, it's an invasion of privacy, or whatever the case may be, we gotta watch out for those people. Because there's those type of people that are fucking it up for everyone. When people end up missing and no one knows about it, they could be a part of it. When people are disappearing and no one knows anything about it, they could be the problem, because they were pushing, oh, it's invading personal privacy or whatever. But wait a minute. No. Not when it comes to this shit. You know, with these type of situations, and I can see every single camera in the whole universe working with AI technology. Okay, those are AI's eyes. All those cameras, those are the computer's eyes out there in the universe. So everything will be connected and integrated together. Okay? So that way there won't be any confusion. That way the enemy won't be able to manipulate us and to confuse us as humans regarding who's the bad guys and who's the good guys. And it will stop the rumors. Right? There's a lot of websites out there. Like I even thought about AI dating, where it will automatically, from your digital ID, which is also a connection with the DMV and everything. So it knows your birthday, and it knows your real name, it knows how tall you are, it knows how many languages you speak, it knows your education, it knows where you work, it knows if you own a business, it knows if you have houses and cars and all this other stuff. So when you guys go on a dating sites, it will get autofilled. There's a lot of fake profiles out there. There's a lot of things going on. And you know, people think that being honest and transparent is the problem, and that is not the problem. The real problem is with people. Some of you people don't want all of this to work the way I'm describing it, because you people have issues. You don't want that to happen, because how are you going to cheat on your wife? You don't want that to happen because you've been in a relationship with your girlfriend and you don't want her to know that you're cheating on her with other girls. You don't want all this to happen because you're targeting a specific type of people, whether they are females or males, whatever the case may be, for each and every individual, for each and every user, because I don't know every single user. Like I said, there's 8 billion people on like in this, planet Earth, and just a small percentage of that outside of Earth. Okay, so we have to think about who really has the issues and who doesn't. Okay, because some of these people, they get angry. They say, you're hooking up with my man, or they say, you're hooking up with my girlfriend, and then they start fights. Or whatever the case may be. But these are little problems. What I'm trying to get at is when it leads to a murder, into a homicide. Well, you detectives will be able to know everything instantly. And trust me, AI dating is not the problem. The real problem is these people who have this way of thinking that's not modern. They're still thinking like they were in the past. They're outdated. They're no good for the future. Unless they renew their minds, so they can be able to partake of the new wine that Jesus Christ was referring to in the New Testament. The new fucking wine. Like, you bitches, you motherfuckers are out there, you guys are married, but you still want to cheat on your spouse? You still want to cheat on your husband? Well, now with AI technology, okay, you might as well just get a divorce, break that contract, and hook up with whoever you want to hook up with. Okay, but it will state on your dating profile that you were once married, but you got a divorce. And if you just want to go and fuck around, that's up to you. And if your husband gets angry because you're hooking up with some other guys and he commits a murder, that's fine. That's another guy put away for life in prison. That's great. We don't want people like that out here. Okay? That is the importance of the digital ID and all this technology stuff. There's things that you people are not really evaluating and thinking through. That's not my problem. That's your guys' problem. So, I'm trying to educate all of you on this new way. AI dating is simple. It's self-explanatory. AI dating. Highlight that. AI dating. AI technology dating. There's no fake accounts. There's no gossip involved. There's no, this person did this and that. Or this person, like, it's all personal preference. And trust me, there's 8 billion people in the world. So who the hell is going to be able to look into every single life, No one. It's humanly impossible. But with the internet, with AI technology, we can. With technology, we can. Okay, so just right out the back, or like from the very start, like it will figure out and solve a lot of the crime that's going on in the world. Okay? Without any of you having to get him, without any of you getting it involved in trying to figure things out. And like I said, this applies to every single country, in case you people think that I'm just addressing the American people or the people of the United States of America or whatever. I'm not. I'm addressing everyone, and this information impacts the whole world. And that's why I said World War III. Not against country and country, but against these type of people who are hindering the growth of the human evolution, and inventions. People who are in power and want to stay in power and don't want to give any credit to others, because they think they're in the right, and as long as they're making the money, they don't care what happens to other people. There's a lot of people dying out there. That's why I created my page on Facebook. It's called Invent or Don't Invent. Why did I create it? Because we all might as well partake in this thing we call inventions, this word that we call inventions, perfecting and innovating every single idea. Whether you people go to war, whether you guys fight, whether the competition gets tough and you people are in the back burner, you guys get left in the back burner because there's other people out there who will be smarter than you. But the key thing is not to give up. Never give up. You know how many inventions there is in the world? Every single invention in the world could be perfected. This is an eternal pattern that will it's continuous. It will never die out. Just like AI technology. Future generations, like the year 3000, the year 4000, the year 5000, will look back at this year, or around this timeline of the human race. Just like what we can go back in history, in the timeline of humanity, and we can see people who lived in the 1800s. They're no longer here. They're gone. They're in the spiritual. They're in the spirits, doing bigger and greater things and learning more things. While you people, us, we're right here, and we're fighting because, we don't like each other for whatever reason. We don't like each other because, you people choose to cheat on each other. So you people want to kill each other. So, if you people are killing each other over shit like that, we might as well do, perfect every single invention, whether people are dying or not. Because people are dying regardless of the facts. It's just like self-drivable vehicles right now with Tesla. They're self-drivable. They saved a lot of lives already. They have. They prevented a bunch of accidents. It's proven with science and technology. These are real facts. People falling asleep behind the wheel. You guys can look it up online. How many people die every year because they fall asleep behind the wheel? There is even you guys can look it up online. I'm not lying. There's a police pursuits. These police officers were following a Tesla. Well, the guy, later on they figured out that the guy had fallen asleep behind the wheel, and it took them I don't know if it was a few miles or a few minutes, like 10, 20 minutes, 30 minutes before they actually got the guy to wake up. And eventually the guy pulled over. I think the guy lost his license or whatever, I'm not sure. But that guy could have died. If he wasn't in that self-drivable vehicle, that vehicle would have veered off to the shoulder or something, and he would have been history. So, this is all new stuff. This is all new technology, new state-of-the-art technology. And there's a lot more improvements that can be made in every single spectrum when it comes to inventions. Okay? So you people can say whatever you guys want. You people can, do whatever you guys want. As long as it aligns with the law, the laws and stuff. I really hope, my desire is to really teach you people the do's and don'ts with this modern technology that we have. But I don't have any time for that. I've been trying my best to. I've been attempting to express myself the best as possible. But I only know a little bit of words in the dictionary, and I don't even know what all of them mean. Okay, so there's a lot. Like I said, there's a lot involved when it comes to all of this. But I think that it will benefit us. It will help us because well, for many reasons. For a lot of reasons. And I think that all of us, instead of turning away from technology, I believe we're all going to turn to it. Even if what I am discussing actually happens. And I believe that it should. I vote yes to that all the way. For many reasons that are unknown to you or I, because I've been watching these videos on YouTube, you know, like accidents, like funniest home videos, you know, when they compile a bunch of videos, even though none of this stuff is funny. I mean, these are real people, there's no filters, and if there is, it's just like, you know, maybe they're necessary, and sometimes it's just for the video, okay, but other than that, there's no acting involved. Everything is real. So so like I'm saying, you know, and that's just the stuff that they air on YouTube. That's not even including the medical industry. You know, all the dead bodies they take in there. All the people who they take in there who've been through tragic situations, and they're in there because they got stabbed, they got shot, because they got in an accident, because they fell off a ladder, because they fell off a tree, a slide, they fell, you know, their airplane, their jet broke down, and they had to, they crashed, and somehow they survived. So they're right there. People breaking bones, people riding their bikes, people getting ran over, tripping and falling, people getting hit by trains, people getting beat up on the streets, people getting ran over, people getting bit by animals, attacked by animals. And we don't see all of that. We don't actually get to see it. Like these videos, we don't actually get to see that. I have never seen a bunch of videos like that. So there's accidents happening every single day. So that's what I'm saying. All this stuff is super important. You know, with invent or don't invent, you people will be able to go on there share your advice, share why you think an invention should have this, whatever this might be, or that, or something should be completely removed, or something should be redesigned, and the reasons why inventions should have a specific color, and why, the whole 9 yards. It's just like retroreflective paint and tape is there for a reason. So everything has a reason, everything has a purpose. So I'm saying all of this because it has meaning, more than I can describe, more than I can share, more than my little heart or mind can dream up or think of or think up. I'm not AI technology, people. You guys can ask me how many homes are in the whole world. I don't know the answer to that, but the internet does. You can ask the internet how many stars are in the universe, and it'll give you some answers. It'll give you some information. I can't. You guys can search for people by name through the internet, and the internet will give you a list of people. Especially, the more information you have, the more keywords you have, the better search results it will provide you. We all know this. I honestly thought that by now I would be helping people more along the lines of operating in this new system, as opposed to still trying to teach people all of this logic that is pretty much common sense. But there's so much involved that I really can't put all of it together. But I've been trying to, and I'm even writing like a book regarding all of this stuff, about all of this AI technology stuff. And the interesting thing, if you guys want to know more, is that if we get in an accident, they can take us to the hospital, and they have AI robot machines performing surgeries on people. And if you guys don't believe that, look it up online. It's out there. It's happening. a ton of successful stories. Okay? So this stuff is real. It's real stuff. I don't know what type of mindset you people are on. I don't know what you people are beefing it about. I don't know what you people are hating other people about. I don't know. What you people are thinking at all, actually. But the internet does. AI technology does. And if it doesn't, and I say that just pinpointing one fact, and that's if a user searches for a specific location, then that basically tells AI technology a lot. That you're about to commute from the location you are to another location, so it can technically know what you're up to. Especially if it starts to recognize that you are headed in that direction, and then it's also keeping track of how fast you are traveling, so it can pick up if you're in a vehicle or walking or riding a bicycle, or if you're in an airplane or in a jet, the whole 9 yards. This information is super important for future investigations, and for us to also share with future generations to come, because they're going to use this data to evaluate what we were doing, and later on they might realize that we were going back and fro, back and forth in vain, not really doing anything, not really accomplishing anything. But that's for the future. Right now, you guys are all playing, having a great time. There's nothing wrong with that. But later on, all of us will just be a statistic. We will be data for future generations to study and to perfect. That's the way I look at it. And at the end of the day, like I said, it's continuous. AI technology, the human race, and data, information, education, it will continue forever. This invent or don't invent page that I created on Facebook, even though it's not how I want it to be, that will also be there in the future, in one way or another, in one format or another. Even if people rule me out of the picture, It's okay. At the end of the day, that's what will be constant, will be continuous. You guys get it? So I've obviously had a lot of time to think and consider all of this stuff very thoroughly for the most part. But I am very uneducated in some areas, so but just like everyone, if you guys do your homework, your due diligence, you guys can learn a lot real quick. So I just felt like talking about this again. I've been running my mouth for an hour and 36 minutes. Okay, this is a long video. My head hurts. I'm tired. It's about to be 1 a.m. in the morning. a.m. It's May 10th, 2023. I just don't know how to put it all together. But I was hoping that people would help me. I was hoping that I would have a lot of money. And by that I mean a lot of money. Like an unlimited amount of money. For me to do what I have to do to help people, to bring all this to pass. The whole 9 yards. But I don't know what it is about me that people don't like, or why people choose not to help me and bless me. But I'm just the messenger, right? I'm sharing all this information. If not for this generation, maybe for the next. But either way, my words are not in vain. My words hold bearing, they hold power and authority. Because all of this upholds the laws of each and every single country in its own respective order and mannerism, the whole 9 yards. I'm not taking away from any of that. I mean, this internet stuff, AI technology, is nothing to play with. But anyways, have a good night. That's all I have for right now. I am going to continue sharing my ideas, my thoughts and stuff like that. But I wish that I was able to like go full time into all of this and not have to do any handyman services or cleaning windows or starting my own little business just to get by. Like, I wish I could just retire already so I could focus on what I need to focus on. And I wish I had a lot of money so I can buy a house. And so I could help my family out. Because I'm 32, I'm about to be 33, and I'm still living with my mom and dad. I don't have anything against it, but like, I'm already older. They should be able to have their own house by themselves. Like, I've done window cleaning for people. A lot of people like my age, they already have their own houses, their own wives. They had children. They probably still do. A lot of them were retired. They had nice things in their home. You know, for my parents, we basically fucked it all up for them. They don't have nice things because of us. Because look at this room that I'm in. This could be theirs. It is theirs, but this could be their space. But they choose to keep me here because they love me and they care for me. And then there's another renter renting another room out. And you think I want my parents to go through that? Having strangers living at their house? And then if he decides to leave, they're going to want to rent another room out to some other strange people. Strangers. Not strange. I'm sorry, but like strangers. And it's like, I don't want to live like that. When I get older, I want to have my own fucking room, my own space. You know? So that's what I mean by a lot of money. Not fucking, oh, alright, everyone, Francisco's asking for more money. Maybe we'll give him another dollar raise. Maybe he'll be happy. That's not what the fuck I'm talking about. You motherfuckers should know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. Like, this is... Trust me, I met some people, like, I don't want to be rude, but first of all, they're ugly. They don't even look fine like I fucking look fine and beautiful. And not just that, but some of them are not even educated on my level. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, how the fuck are these people more wealthier and more successful than I am? Like, I'm not trying to say this to be rude or anything, but like, and I know everything takes patience and time, and maybe I've been focusing on the wrong things for too long. You know, I'm like an experimenter. I could own, like, someone can give me like $1 billion right now, and I can go gamble it. Fuck it. Doesn't mean anything to me. So, you know, because I'm just learning. I'm learning and I'm processing a bunch of information. So, I haven't really had a lot of time to focus. But there's something wrong with this picture. Definitely. But, you know, like I said, you know, like, I'm not AI technology. Okay, I'm not smart. I'm not claiming to be smart. I'm not claiming to be retarded either. But I just don't know. I don't know what to think anymore. But when I see this stuff, it just disturbs me. It bothers me. There's a lot of things going on in the world that shouldn't be happening. And I don't know, I'm thinking with technology, most of these people who are getting away with things that they shouldn't be getting away with, will get figured out, found out, exposed, revealed, whatever the word might be for that, on any level. Not that I want to judge people, but people need help, just like I need help. Alright, we all need help. That's my point. And instead of sitting here and talking shit, I'm not doing that. I'm like these smart companies out there who are brainstorming and working mentally to actually bring a solution to today's problems. Just like self-drivable vehicles. They didn't just think about that because it's cool. They thought about that because people are dying and there's a problem. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the solution. And if you people don't understand all the problems, look it up online. So that's the reason why I'm sharing all of this. Because we can all, talk about how much money we don't have. We can all sit down and dream. We can all sit down and talk about Francisco's bullshit videos and his bullshit logic, and just look at him. He has a drinking problem. Like, motherfucker has never even made $10,000 in his whole lifetime, so he could deposit in his bank accounts. Like, what type of man is that? And he's about to be 33 years old, still living with mommy and daddy. Is he? See, shit like that. I know people. I know the way people think. I know the way people carry themselves. I know everything. I know everything. But me not having money, that's a major problem. A major problem. One of, if not the biggest problems, like one of, yeah, it's up there. So, anyway, this is my video. Because I already made myself clear. If I'm not speaking to anyone right now, my future will continue for many generations to come. because YouTube, they have movies since, they have videos since they like first got started with all this. And then there's also movies that date back like super far back, like Star Wars and all that. And then there's also video recordings, voice recordings, I meant to say, before all of this video stuff came out. Cassettes and stuff. So I know that I'm done. Cut.